8 remote switches. We're talking the 048 fast track switches with remotes, which are easily $500 alone off eBay. So, and it came with 2 engines, 12 freight cars, 2 transformers, and a bunch more. So what I ended up doing was, one of the problems that we had was because it was a suspended layout, so it was hanging from the ceiling, and so it kind of had like a little bit of like an elevator type thing. So obviously with it being a steel building, that wasn't going to work here. So what we ended up doing is made a conventional table, but with the twist. If you lift up the curtains, you'll see what I mean. So it is basically a portable layout with wheels on the bottom.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
yeah,
This is great.
I was gonna say, how did you get it in here?
So that's a good question. So the layout, when they designed it, it was basically a modular type setup. So it was 3 pieces. So if you look on the layout, you can see where the transition from one section to the other. Now, whoever made this layout, they already had done all the wiring work, so it made my job a lot easier. So the backstory is that it was done by a doctor who liked trains and he wanted to have something for his grandkids. So I believe it was like the early 2010s when he designed it. But then he passed away, and then 2 owners later, they wanted to convert the train room into a pool table because he has 3 teenage boys, and so they were trying to get rid of it. So I kid you not, if I had not messaged him, or had I messaged him 2 days later, this thing would have been torn up and scrapped.
Wow.
So I basically saved it from being dismantled and destroyed. So I made multiple changes to the layout. So the first one is I upgraded the transformers from CWs to GW transformers. So then I installed the fire station, added the Menards building, added the oil drum loader, which is temperamental with this fast track, added the Menards station, and then I swapped out a crossing fast track piece for a flasher fast track piece. But the other thing I did earlier this year was I made the curves from 048 to 060. That would allow the bigger stuff, such as the Class A and the Union Pacific Challenger, to run on this very smoothly.
Dang.
So I worked on redesigning the residential area. So the church and the red house, that was something that Carol and I worked on together. Now these are the Darwin lights. Those are the ones that Trains promotes. I got those from Trains, and then we added this little garden. That was Carol's project. Now this spot here was formerly like a rotating airplane animated piece. So I actually had this original 1948 searchlight weekend. And if you notice, it's not the one that does the animation. It's the heat one.
Oh, the old school one, yeah. The original one.
So, I spent about $15 repairing it and getting the parts replaced for it, and now it works beautifully. So, this layout is set up with base 3 cab. Cab 2 is coming soon. Working on a deal with a buddy of mine, and so I can run 2 trains at one time, and yeah, I'm not the greatest at going on. So without further ado, let me go ahead and let me start running some trains.
Awesome.
So
This is Larkin's layout.
This is an
And this is
interesting one.
This is a great building that we're in too.
there we go.
So that one thing that he can do, he can turn them up as loud as he wants.
Because he's outside.
Because he's outside. I like that. This is great. Huge fan. And that's a nice doodle bug. I like
The
that.
mattress up there.
TCA exclusive.
She wouldn't even give you a
Because
match.
it matches as close as we can with existing tooling to the doodle bug that's actually at Strasbourg Railroad. So that's a model of the Strasbourg Railroad. So if you're a love Strasbourg kind of thing,
Do you need to get
doodle
that?
bug for you.
Yes.
Wow.
Carol will
I
be on
like it a lot.
Oh, okay.
The horn isn't too far off.
Really?
Yeah. From what I can remember, since the last time they ran it, like 3 years ago at this point.
This version is not out. But they bought the 2 from MTA.
This
That's the same with this. MTA Jones.
This is great. Like, this is awesome, Larkin. This is so cool.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Would have missed it. This is amazing.
Close enough. Yeah. But we really tried to.
Cars, the straight track and the curve with the start finish line, which is a refund. Oh, okay. The start finish refund. And he threw in extra tires and everything. Yeah, the Navy is proper road resetting. So what reasons do you have doing this?
These are awesome trains that Larkin has. Lionel 1630. Looks like a K-line. K-line New York Central Hudson. NPC. We have some Legacy TTC. Now this is cool. I'm a fan of that, the FPH 40. The S40PH. SD70 Ace. Early awesome Vision Challenger, which is so cool. I think that's the one that's actually in Omaha. This is great. Yeah, this is great.
Oh, Tony Rotunda, name of the store. Here's
Roundhouse South.
Roundhouse Tony, that's the nickname we've got for him. Great guy, great guy. So, what was I gonna say? I actually had to ask him yeah, so Stu, so let me tell you this about Steve Boston.
By the way, the Southern Division's been fantastic. It really takes me 6 hours to close down, and it took me an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, that's fast.
They helped me like pack and do all that stuff.
Yep.
Great.
Is it attached to the?
Yeah, these are Atlas trucks, and they should be pretty decent.
They are.
That's why it costs so much.
for this pile.
I'm so freaking excited about this car. When I got it working, when I got it working, I was literally playing with it in my basement for 6 hours. Because like at night, you can turn the lights up.
And so Jimmy, you're rotating that with the app, right?
Yeah, you can log on. I mean, many people want to log on to the same time. So my camera car is roughly based on the Lionel TV car,
Yeah.
where we have a light bar in the back. And it works. I only have 6 lights on because that's all I control. So the middle lights are just dead, but it looks like the camera car. The camera car has 9 lights, right? And we can rotate the light bar by just turning that wheel there. We can tilt the camera car. You can see it going up and down.
No kidding.
And then you can rotate the camera wherever you want.
So you can rotate the camera with the app. Oh my god, it's rotated.
And all those things are webpage. So anybody who logs onto the webpage can control it. So you can fight with your friends. And you can control control the lights. I go to the lights here. I can turn them to red, which really isn't really red. It's not really red. Well, not really, the red lights are just, see there's only 2 lights on. So the electronics are really controlling RGB lights.
Yeah.
That's how I can control all 6.
Okay, gotcha.
Same technology using the bandstand. And then if we had LifeX lights in the room, I could change the lights in the room by turning on the LifeX lights button.
So a little bit more like this is the car that can rotate up and down, record videos, its scale. So if you want one of these cars, you need to call Jimmy's Trains.
Line up right here for your effort. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, Larkin, you're great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Larkin.
People like you and Will and others that we can get more young people involved.
Awesome.